And we are live. Hello, everyone.
Good morning.
I don't know where Leo's wife BFF is. I don't know where she went. Maybe because she thinks that now I'm your BFF. Who knows?
I gotta try to pull up chat.
Yes. Hi, Nanya, Samara, True Helper's in the house. And she kicks herself off. Charlie Girl. Marky. Let's see. Anybody else that I'm missing? Leo's wife, you kicked yourself off. You're not a very good co-host. Get it together, girl. Get it together. I don't know where she went. She'll be back. So, what were we? I ended up not. Hey, Babe Beauty. Hey, Cypress. Good morning again. Good morning. Oh, there she is.
Yeah, I can't watch chat and be on it.
Oh, what are you on? Your phone?
Yeah.
And what do you have for a phone?
A Galaxy. Samsung.
Yeah, same thing. So basically, hold on. When you're in StreamYards, you see where it says comments?
No.
You don't see that.
I see where it says my cam, mic, chat, leave.
Yeah, that's at the bottom. But up on top, it should say comments.
Yeah, I don't see it.
You can minimize. You can, instead of closing it out, don't put an X button, just minimize the StreamYards, and then you can open up YouTube. Yeah. Oh, listen, look at YouTube with the names. Oh,
she shut down.
Her. It kicks her because she's trying to get it so she can see chat. But every time she minimizes it, it kicks her out instead of just minimizing.
Is she on her phone?
She is, and she has a Galaxy like me.
You can only use the X at the top. Don't use your arrow button at the bottom.
Yeah, don't use the arrow button.
That's so funny. Look at all of our new names.
So when you just did that, did you use the arrow button to go back? Don't.
Yeah, don't use that.
Don't use that. That kicks you out. So basically,
you have to use the X at the top.
Yes, use the X at the top.
I don't have an X. I have a star and a refresh.
Okay, can you push your circle button on your phone? You know how it like makes it go away? And then you should be able to open up YouTube and just mute YouTube and you'll be able to watch chat. Try it that way.
Okay, hold on.
That way you can still hear us, but you're able to watch chat. Well, she didn't kick off, so we're good.
You go, Charlie Girl. Charlie Girl's figured out how to do her pick.
Yay! I was gonna help her. I was gonna help her after the live. Yay! I'm glad you figured it out, and I'm really excited to see the people that have come in. It's really exciting.
Yay! Okay, what are we gonna talk about?
I don't know.
To get off quick.
You're not allowed to get off. You're stuck with me. You're my new co-host. You're not allowed to leave. I have no idea. Like Carla was like, go live. I'm like, okay, but I don't know what to talk about. She's like, I never know what to talk about.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm getting ready for my day because my lazy ass just got of me. And I'm going to the grocery store to get stuff to make manicotti tonight.
Ooh.
Hell yeah. What time are we eating? What time am I coming over?
Probably about 6.
Okay, all right, I'll be there.
You are, Shauna.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Hell yeah.
Are you having a salad with it?
Probably, and some garlic bread.
Yeah.
That sounds good. I don't know what I'm going to have tonight. I haven't even thought about dinner. I literally opened my eyes and good morning, PGH girl. Good
Pittsburgh
morning.
Girl.
Oh,
Pittsburgh.
is that? Oh, okay. That's the abbreviation. I heard Carla talking about that this morning.
Hey, Eagle.
Hey, Eagle, you little turds.
You know what I think I'm going to make tonight? I'm going to have to take a nap, though, so I can rest up and do it right. But SpaghettiOs, I'm thinking, is good.
Oh, that'll be good. Just add some garlic salt.
Right.
in some fresh ground beef, maybe a little bit. And you'll be
Yeah.
good.
See,
Yeah.
I'm not a spaghetti. I'm not an Italian girl. I can do
Well, I may-
manicotti. I can do manicotti, and I can do stuffed shells. I know it's weird, but I can't do spaghetti or in SpaghettiOs. I never liked SpaghettiOs, but I like the ravioli. I like the mini raviolis and the
Yes.
real raviolis. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, manicotti is the only thing, or stuffed shells is the only thing I can get away with in my house to not use meat.
Really?
Oh.
Because my family's a meat eater, and see, I'm trying to get away from meat. You're welcome, Samara. And
She can see chat. It works for her.
So we go
Woo-hoo,
from
check
getting
her
off.
out.
We go from getting off quickly to going
Getting
away
rid of
from
the
meat.
getting rid of the meat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, it's
Okay.
kind of so I can get away with it with the family if I make stuffed shells because you know you can just use ricotta cheese and spaghetti sauce on the top. So I don't know. It sounds good. I haven't made it in a really long time.
Ooh, Pittsburgh girl
BLTs.
and fresh corn on the cob. I like
Yes.
sweet corn on the cob.
I
I
do
know
too.
there's regular corn on the cob and then there's sweet corn on the cob, and I love the sweet corn on the cob. Last night it was Taco Tuesday night. So my whole family had tacos, but I had shrimp tacos. That's what I had.
That sounds good.
I used tartar sauce, cheese, lettuce, tomato, but then the shrimp you can get I put it in my whatever it's called. What is it called? Deep fryer and like the air fryer.
Air fryer.
Yeah, I did that and it was so good. So
Well,
good. But I don't know what I'm gonna have tonight.
if it is sacrilege for Italians to eat spaghetti, true helper, then it is sacrilege for a Southerner to own an air fryer. Just saying. We got to fry everything, including Snickers.
I don't own the air fryer. I do not. I use grease.
There is that's what she said, joke in there.
Everybody needs
helper says
everybody needs true helpers corn on the cob.
Take that wherever you would like that to go. But
I love fresh corn on the cob. I do.
Yeah.
On the grill?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Good.
Yep.
Good.
I know people that actually do it on the grill, but they use aluminum foil and then they season the corn on the cob.
That's what I do.
And then they put the butter inside the aluminum foil, and it's so good.
That's what I do. Butter and salt and pepper and a little bit of dill, like dried dill on top of it. Oh, it's so good on the grill with aluminum foil. Yes, yes.
We're all gonna. We're Jenny's eating at Remy's tonight. What's Remy having? I'm making pork. I don't even know that word. Milanese.
I do, Sarah. I do.
I've never even heard of that. What is that?
What? Milanese?
Is it Milanese? Yeah, I've never even heard of it. Who saves their baking grease to fry food?
Me. Remy's all fancy and stuff. She should be on who's that guy?
Cooking show. She needs to make a cooking channel.
Right?
Yeah, who's that guy that yells at his people?
Carla. Her appointment's not till 10 and we're
change your name to Carla's a cheating hoe.
Here, Carla. You can come up as the cheating hoe. You got 20 minutes. Come keep us occupied, you hoot. You hoot. It's so funny because you both come up not even talking to each other, and it's so funny that I'm shocked that Misdemeanor put Jenna's co-host. I thought you were going to put something about Leo's wife, but of course Leo's wife comes out. Misdemeanor's BFF, of course. Whatever.
Well, that just shows who's the most invested in this relationship between us.
She did call us a bunch of cheating hoes. What is up with that?
There, I fixed it.
Jenna's co-host and Leo's wife's BFF. Whatever. I'm gonna leave and you two just run my channel. Go ahead, be BFF. Show it what it's all about being a BFF.
Yeah, what is a hussy? Is Is that a
I
slut in
can't right now.
training?
I'm crushed.
A hussy.
Is
Yeah.
a hussy like a slut in training?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't
Like
know.
an amateur.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amateur.
Amateur slut. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
That's going to be my next name.
So,
Amy Slut.
What is New York stops? We had New York stops. I think that's supposed to be pork chops, maybe. Crab cakes and salad last night. I have
Oh
never
my
had.
God, crab cakes.
Can you guys say I've never had a crab cake? Ever.
Never?
Never. I eat crab.
Okay,
I
well,
love crab legs. Love them. I could eat
when
them
y'all
by
come
the
down
pound.
here, when y'all come down here and we go to the beach, we'll go by Lake Charles and go to the Pioneer Club. And that's where Willard Scott used to say they made the best crab cakes. And I tend to agree with him, although I've had some pretty damn good crab cakes in Nolans.
Cypress
Just saying.
says hussy equals happy husband. I like that. A happy hubby. I like that. I think I'll
That
use
is
that.
good.
That is
Yeah.
good. I'll be a hussy all day. Because
It's
that
like a
means
lady
my
in the
husband.
streets and the freak in the sheets, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Notice she didn't
She
invite. I
did.
did. I
She did
posted the
invite you.
link. Oh, see, now she's acting like I didn't even post the link. Check
Girl,
her out.
get your ass up here.
Now I'll post it again for you.
All right, y'all are all witnesses. Watch. Let's see if she takes the link. Take the link, Carla.
Sarah, I don't like
Come
maple
up and
sausage.
tell us how you feel.
I don't like maple sausage.
I don't like maple sausage
Oh,
either.
I do. I do. Oh,
No,
yum.
I can't. Whatever. I can't. You got 20 minutes. Get
Can't
your
never
butt
could.
up here. She's
Come on, you can
making
get
me
off quick.
beg. She
You
wants
can
to
get
make
off.
sure she's loved. She wants us to beg.
Hey, K Mello.
Oh, I got a good thing. I was watching Katie this morning, right? For a minute when I got up, first opened my eyes. And she was talking, it might have been from yesterday, I don't know. And she said, you know how everybody always calls her trash or whatever?
Well, wait. Did you see Diane and Wendy's live last night?
Yeah, I did. But you know what?
Okay. All right. Now go on. I just didn't know if you did. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So she said, you know, everybody calls me trash, but trash can. You don't ever heard of trash can't. That's funny.
No, what? I
Like
don't get
trash
it.
can.
Yeah.
Do
Never heard of a
things
trash can.
where trash.
Yeah.
You never hear of trash can.
Oh
Still
my.
mad at,
Yuck,
still mad at
yuck,
you.
yuck. I
I'm
love
still
you.
mad at you.
You want to make out?
I like
can't
it.
stay up. I really can't stay up because I'm waiting for a call because they forgot to email me the link to Jenna.
What did she do?
Carla and Jenna sitting in a tree. No, she forgot to email me the link because we're having a video conference. And the last time they got my email right, instead of Carla Noga 13, they put Carla Yoga 13. And I said,
do you do yoga?
I said to my doctor, I said, no. I said, why didn't I get the email? And then she read it back to me and I go, well, that's not my email. It's not Carla Yoga. It's Carla Noga 13. I'm like, oh my God, no wonder.
Derp.
So now
Derp.
I don't know if they changed the email because I didn't get the email link. So I can't stay. I've called them, but I love you all. I was just joking.
We know
I love you too, but I'm never doing yoga. Not doing yoga.
I love you, misdemeanors.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
Yep.
And I love everybody in your chat. I think you're awesome for coming over here and supporting Jenna. She's a great girl. And
thank you. And I love that they support you, Carla. They're all over here because of you, so we have a great group. I mean, a great group of supporters.
I do
we do
some purpose every once in a while. It's not just about drama.
No,
drama. Your mama's full of drama.
Hey, Mary. Hey, K Mello.
Hey, K Mello. Hey,
Merrick.
Nanya. Hey, Serendipity. Hello, everybody, and goodbye because I'm going to be getting a phone call soon. But I love you, girls. You know that.
Yes,
we love you too.
We love you too. Have a good rest of your day.
Okay, you too. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
So go on, Leo's wife, with your story. So she was up there giving
Yeah, she was
shade.
just talking about that. No, she wasn't talking about, when I was watching, she wasn't talking about Diana or Wendy. She was talking about a puppy, actually. And I
Oh,
can't,
yeah.
so it might have been yesterday when she was ranting. And what she said was wrong about Wendy. I'm not going to say it wasn't. And I don't even know what brought all that up, but
I don't
Lack
either,
of
and I
funding.
don't even think Diane and Wendy knew what brought that up, because from what they said last night, I mean, I'm in Diane and Wendy's chat usually on ladies' night and when they go live on Tuesday, and they really haven't talked about Katie in a while. I have to agree with them on that.
I know what it was. I know what it was. Because the porch went live and was talking about
the porch did go live yesterday,
so
because while I was driving,
what were they
I
talking
listened.
about?
They were talking about that back in the day there was something about Suboxone, and so the porch was bringing that up. Basically, this porch was dragging Randy, pretty much saying that Randy knew the whole time that Katie, she's saying, now I don't know if this is true, but supposedly Katie is the one that called CPS on Savage. These are shoot the shits words, so don't come for me. But supposedly, Katie's the one that called CPS on Savage, and Savage has been blaming shoot the shit this whole time. Well, shoot this shit is saying that Randy knew about it. She knew about when Katie did it and everything, because Katie told her. And then something about the Suboxone. Somebody mailed somebody Suboxone. I don't know. It was a big to-do in the drama community.
Yeah, well, we'll just get off the subject because
yes.
I
would love to. I would love to get off that, because I know nothing about it and I don't want to be involved in it. So
okay, so
Sarah was saying something to you, Leo's wife. My grandma used to make them, and I still can't make them like her, but it's close. I think she's still talking about the meatballs.
Sausage balls.
Yeah, she uses maple sausage in her sausage balls. Shredded cheddar, maple sauce and biscuits, put in the oven for 350 for a few minutes, and they make a great snack.
Yeah, see, I made sausage balls at Christmas.
Okay, K Mello.
You can't say balls this early in the morning and not giggle.
Yeah, I make sausage balls during the holidays, but I use just the Jimmy Dean regular sausage and Bisquick. I also use Bisquick, and my mom always used to make them at the holidays, so I make them during the holidays too. They're good.
K Mello, I read it and I know what you're talking about, but like we said, we really just want to we shouldn't even have started that conversation.
No, we shouldn't.
Yeah.
So, I made Winston a spa appointment for tomorrow at noon. So he will be beautiful tomorrow. Handsome.
Winston is a beautiful, beautiful boy. I know everybody hasn't seen pictures of him, but he is so cute.
So he will go to the spa tomorrow because he looks a hot mess. And that's
and he's a teacup Yorkie, right?
Yeah.
What did he eat for dinner last night?
Oh, he had pizza last night with the fam.
Tell everybody about Winston and why he eats pizza and how he eats it.
Winston is very picky, and Winston doesn't think, he thinks he deserves human food at all times, no matter what it is. He only eats dog food in the mornings. And last night we had pizza, and so he was eating pizza, but I would just give him like a little bit of the cheese or the pepperoni and a little bit of crust. Well, what he does is he takes all the toppings off the bread and just eats the toppings and licks the sauce. So then there's just like little things of dough balls all over the place. And I have pictures of it. He's so
but Leo's wife, literally they sit around the table to eat dinner as a family, and there's Winston, and Winston gets fed, and it's so cute. It's like I want to get him a little doggy high chair.
Yeah, he eats off a fork. and he's spoiled. He's
Spoiled.
spoiled. I have tried every type of dog food, puppy food, the refrigerated kind, $50 bag kind. We have tried everything with this
For those
dog.
of you with young children in the chat, this is what happens when your children grow up.
Yes. Then you have
You revert
babies.
to dogs. Yeah.
And you know what? But they're so much easier to kids.
They are. They don't
They
talk
are.
back.
Yes, they don't talk back. And if you don't want to take them anywhere, if you don't want to take them somewhere, you can just
leave them
at home, no matter how old they are.
Ooh, Cypress. See, you made me think of green bean casserole. I love
God, that sounds so good.
green bean casserole. But Cypress says, I haven't mastered greens, but I love it sauteed. Canned spinach was as close as I got to greens growing up. But
my mom can make some mad greens, collard greens. I still can't make them as good
good
as her.
morning, Lisa.
So I just let my mom make them and I go there and eat them. But
if anybody doesn't know in this chat, because I know there's some new people that haven't been over here yet, Lisa and Monkey Baby Sammy Dean, she is a channel and she has a monkey. She just got him not long ago and he's so cute. And she's really she talks about Sammy and does videos of Sammy, and she really did all her research, so she's very informative about monkeys and stuff. So if anybody wants to check her out, sub to Elisa Monkey Baby Sammy Dean. Sammy Dean is so cute. She actually did a panel, I believe it was yesterday. She did a panel with, I think it was with Makeup Mobster. She did a panel with her about Sammy, Sammy Dean. Yep.
Yeah.
So, yep, it was. I watched it last night before I was going to bed. You welcome Lisa. Lisa is a fabulous person. She was one of the people that I got the privilege to get to know in Laura's Patreon. That was the joys of Laura's Patreon, and she's a great person, very down to earth. So if you guys want to see a cool channel, check her out. I don't know if the mods could post her link if by chance. If you guys can find it.
Cute.
Yeah, he is.
Oh my gosh, he is so cute.
I've got to see this monkey.
Monkeys he's
typically terrify me. Just going to put that out there.
No, he's so cute.
I'm hoping to overcome it one day.
He wears baby clothes. Like she got preemie baby clothes for him, and they're still too small. So she basically did a video how she put snaps on it to make it fit him. But I think she said that he's not going to get any more than 10 pounds. If I'm wrong on that, you can correct me. But I think he'll only get to be about 10 pounds. But he's so cute. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for posting her link.
He's got a reverse mohawk.
Like reverse mohawk.
In the middle. It's just on the sides like a little old man. He's so damn cute.
And I never realized, I mean, of course you see monkeys out in the, on, Animal Planet and stuff, but I never realized until Lisa, because she does close-ups of Sammy Dean and stuff, how much they resemble really a person. His ears are so defined. It was so cool. In his hands and his feet, and they look like human hands. And she was talking about another channel that also has a monkey. This monkey is a little older than Sammy Dean. It's called Mojo. And I was watching their channel, and they were filing his nails because his nails get long. So they were literally doing a manicure on the monkey because their nails grow just like ours. It's so cool. No, she is not Lisa. Was she? You weren't Lisa 54, right, Lisa? I don't think you were.
She used to just be Lisa D.
Yeah, she used to be Lisa Duncan. Yeah, she was always Lisa Duncan, and then she switched it to Lisa Monkey Baby Sammy Dean. I think Lisa 54 is somebody different. Yeah, that's what I thought. So you've never seen her channel, Misdemeanor? You never seen Sammy Dean? You'll have
I
to go.
have not. I'm gonna have to go over there.
You're gonna have to go over there and sub, because like when she does lives, like she does videos of him, like she's done a bath time with him, what the routine for bath time, feeding, like she's showing clips of just everyday life. But then she does a lot of lives, and while she's live, he's like bouncing all over the place. He's on the back of the couch, he's on his show, but it's so cute because when he's tired, he'll nuzzle up to her chest like a newborn baby and lay his head on her heart, and he'll suck his thumb. He literally sucks his thumb and goes to sleep. It's the
That is too
cutest
cute.
thing. It is. It's so cute. But like she said, they're cute, but it's a long-term commitment. You know, you
And a
can't.
lot of work.
They are a lot of work.
Mhm.
And like she said, she didn't go into this without research and without knowing what she was committing to, because a lot of
Right.
people do think monkeys are cute, and they are cute when they're little, just like, you know, puppies are cute when they're little and kitties are cute when they're little, but then they get bigger, and you know, some people can't handle them when they're bigger. But yeah, he's just yeah, cute, and he loves her dog. She's got a little girl dog, and he literally rides the dog's back, and the dog is so good with the monkey. Like you can see Sammy grooming the dog, like he'll groom the dog like he would groom his mom, or
Like they pick at fleas and things like that.
Yeah.
That's
So
cute.
It is. It's so cute. And to watch her dog, you know, tolerate the monkey, because he'll jump on its head. You know, he'll jump on his head and just cling on his head. And this dog could care less. They're like best friends. It's so cute. So cute.
That is cute.
Yeah, you'll have
How
to go
long
check.
do they live?
They can live, I think, if you want, Lisa, I don't know if you're busy, but I'm going to post the link. And if you want to jump on where you can answer some questions, I would love for you to come up. But if you're busy, I understand. I don't know enough. I mean, I watch her channel all the time. 20 to 40 years, she says.
Wow. Yeah, that is a long-term commitment.
It is. It is.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay. She said she's gonna come up. So that's cool.
Awesome. Awesome.
Cool. I've just posted the link.
I wonder what my dogs would do if they ever met a monkey.
Yeah, I don't think my dogs would do well. I really don't. I don't know.
I think mine would. They'd probably pester the crap out of it, but they would love it.
Oh, good, Samara. She just subbed to Lisa. Good.
My
I
Apollo
can't until I get
would
off
love
the phone. Dang.
Here comes Lisa. Hey, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
Good morning. How are y'all?
We're good. We're good. So why don't you tell everybody a little bit about Sammy Dean?
Okay, so Sammy is a golden-tailed macaque. They're also called Java macaques or a crab-eating macaque.
Okay.
He was 3 weeks old when I got him. He's now 8 weeks old.
Oh.
I've got a video that I did the other day, and it's kind of just a slideshow of pictures. Kind of shows you how much he's changed just in that 5 weeks.
How stinking cute. Let me ask you a question.
Can you see his picture? She has his picture as her screen.
Let me look. Hold on. Well, and don't judge me for asking this question, y'all, because you know I'm kind of perverted. Do you have him fixed?
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
I can't do that yet.
Okay.
With monkeys, they do need that testosterone to help them grow.
Okay.
And they don't reach sexual maturity, or what we would call puberty, until they're about 3 to 4 years old. So you wait to get them fixed until they're about 2.
So that is very much like a human, actually, if you think about it.
Yes.
Because if you interfere with with those hormones, it alters so much stuff between then and
There was
period of when they
a
stop
lady
growing.
in one of the monkey groups that I'm in that also has a long-tailed macaque, and she got him fixed when he was like 6 months old,
Oh,
and
Now,
he
did that
is.
affect him?
Oh
Because, like
yeah,
you just said, that they need that to be able to grow. So, did it
yeah.
stunt
He
his
doesn't
growth?
even weigh 6 pounds. He's full grown. He's like
oh
6, 7
wow,
years old now, and he doesn't even weigh 6 pounds. I
Oh,
mean,
that
it's
wow.
imperative that they have that testosterone to grow.
And your vet is equipped to handle it, or did you like forewarn
You
them
have.
getting
I
a
had to find
monkey?
a vet. I had to find a vet, and I did that before I ever got Sammy,
Right,
because not all vets are specialized in primate care.
right. I could see me
And
taking mine to my vet. He'd be going, "Girl, you done lost
right,
your mind."
right. Well, yeah. See, I mean, I live in a little small town in Texas,
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
they'd have been like, "Honey, no, you got
You
no."
know, get that out of
Mm-mm.
my vet.
Or they would
now
go, "Well, it
you
looks okay to
have
me,"
you also had to get approved to have him from your town, right? What is that like? Didn't you? I don't know if I maybe I misheard, but didn't you have to get
Say that
like
again.
approval?
Say that again. I couldn't hear you.
Did you have to get approval to have him through like the town? Like, didn't you have
Oh,
to basically
you get a
something like
permit.
that?
You get a
Permit.
permit.
There it is.
Mhm.
Yes.
You
Mhm.
technically don't have to have one. Our county likes to do one. They don't even charge you for the permit, though. They come out once a year, look at the monkey, look at where he's at, and they go, okay, here's your permit. Because, see, the state of Texas says you can have them. But Texas also left it open to different. Give me that.
Girl, you're in my you're in my neck of
Sorry,
the
it pulled
woods.
my thing out of my ear.
She
Um,
lives in Texas
they
like you,
also.
misdemeanor.
Awesome.
Oh, you in the best state ever, too, huh? Okay, that's good.
I'm telling you, I'm Southeast Texas on the Gulf Coast. Crappy town.
I'm not far from you.
The one that gets hit by, every freaking hurricane that comes through here. Yeah,
Oh,
that one.
yes, girl. Yes, girl. I'm very close to Houston. Very close to Houston.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to dox myself because I don't give a shit, but I'm in Beaumont.
Oh,
So,
girl, you where my mama grew up. My mama grew up in
mhm.
Beaumont and Port Neches.
Oh,
Um,
really?
has a
Hmm.
question. Lisa, do you know who Jane Goodale is? She's a
Yeah,
major
she's the
Yeah.
advocate for primates and has done a massive amount of work for them.
right. She like basically specialized in like chimps though, right? Isn't she
She's
the
special
lady that did the
that
chimps?
does
That
the
would be
gym.
a good true crime story because she was killed, wasn't
Was
she?
she really?
Is that
I
the
believe
one that
so.
was killed that used to go over to Africa or
Yes,
whatever?
ma'am. She lived over there. Jane
That
Goodall.
is that the same one, Samara?
Uh-huh.
I didn't know she was killed.
I'm almost positive. Let me look it up.
Is that the lady that did the work with the chimpanzees or the one
Yeah,
Yes.
that?
I
Okay.
think so. I think I'm not quite sure, but I think I'm thinking of the same person. Misdemeanor is. No, Jane Goodale is alive and well, not her.
Okay. No,
So,
they raided her camp and some of her people that were there with her were killed, if I'm not
Diane
mistaken.
Fossey, I think that's Charlie saying Jane. Jane, yes,
Yeah,
Jane
Jane Goodall is still alive. Who was the other one? Diane who?
Fossey,
That's the
Fossey.
one that did the work with
Yeah.
Coco the gorilla, right? Who was the lady that did the work with Coco the gorilla that taught her sign language and
Yes, she was murdered in 1985. She was doing the mountain gorillas.
okay,
Diane
that's
Fossey.
who was murdered.
She was a
The Fossey,
primatologist. Yeah.
yes,
Sorry, Jane
okay, that's
Goodall,
who
if you're
you're
watching. You're not
thinking.
dead.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be an interesting true crime story
That
because
okay.
would
that was
be.
creepy. That was creepy.
Yeah, they raided her camp
Mhm.
and murdered her.
Well, they make so much money off of killing those primates and selling off parts.
Yes.
And they
And
didn't like.
they didn't want her in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that would be really interesting.
Yeah. My
Diane Fossey,
Anybody
we'll have to
else?
remember that.
poaching is that is a huge business in different countries, like Cambodia. That's huge in Cambodia. Poaching is huge in Cambodia, and And then you have like in India and Thailand and some of the other Asian countries where they have become so overpopulated with macaques that they gather them up, and it's called culling. And when they gather them up, they're either shipping them off for laboratory research, which is awful, 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 or they're killing them. Or if they're not
It's
just
so
straight out
sad.
killing them, they will send them, they'll actually sell them to restaurants as bushmeat.
Oh
God.
God.
That's just horrible.
So how did you find somebody to get a monkey from? Since
There
you
is
know,
a very, very reputable breeder in South Texas, in Mission, Texas. There's a breeder that has a multi-million-dollar facility.
And let's
Down,
make that clear. You are against breeding, correct,
yeah, I
Lisa?
am.
Yes.
I am. I'm very much
She has
against it.
made, yes, if you watch her channel, yes, she did get Sammy from a breeder, but she is against breeders. And maybe you
And I
could
know
touch
that
on that.
sounds, yeah, I know that sounds crazy because they're like, girl, you just got one from a breeder. You ain't that against it. No, actually, I am. I'm very much against it. I don't agree with it at all. But me not agreeing with it isn't going to stop anything. It's not going to change anything. And macaques are very, very abused monkeys. A lot of the videos that you see of macaques online, they're in these Asian countries. A lot of them, it's illegal for these people to even have them. The owners don't ever show their faces in the videos. They force these monkeys to walk bipedal, which is, walking up on their back legs because it makes them look even more human-like. And, oh, it's just so cute. And no, it's not. It's actually very damaging to the monkey. It's very painful for the monkey. They don't even hold them when they feed them. They'll have them sitting like across, arm's length away, giving them a bottle, or they'll put vinegar in their bottle. And
vinegar? That's horrible.
yeah,
How is
yeah,
that even good? But I would think because monkeys are so much like babies, and with a newborn baby, having them hold their own bottle will give them air in their bellies, which will give them an upset belly. So I'm
they don't
thinking
care.
for a monkey, it would be the same, correct?
It is. Oh, yes, it
Yeah.
is. And they
Yeah.
don't care, though. And that's the thing. And so my deal was there's nothing I could do to help these macaques that are in Asia that are being so abused. I mean, they'll do stuff to literally, they have what's called a mac attack. Macaques have a temper tantrum that is very much just something that macaques do, and these owners and stuff they'll do things to the monkeys to make them throw fits. And it's just ridiculous. And there's nothing I could do to help these monkeys in these Asian countries. Nothing.
Right.
Absolutely nothing.
All you can
And
do is
my
give
deal
Sammy
was-
Dean a good
Exactly.
life. Right.
Right. My deal was I could at least get one and know that I am giving one a really good home where he'll always be with me, where he'll be loved and he'll be respected. That's a big thing. You've got to respect them. They're monkeys. They're not babies. As hard as it is sometimes, and that line does blur sometimes because as infants, they are so similar to a human baby or a human toddler, but they're not. They're monkeys, and they have to be allowed to be a monkey as much as possible. Living indoors, that's not normal. And you're putting a diaper on them and you're putting clothes on them. That's not normal for them, and that's something that we're putting on them, right?
Right.
So it's important that in as many ways as possible, we let them be a monkey. It's huge.
Now, did the breeder have certain qualifications for you before you got Sammy?
No, he didn't, but I was referred to him
Okay.
by people that he knew.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I kept in close contact with him, the whole time too.
So the breeder don't have rules. So it's not like the breeder checks to make sure that you're going to be a good person for the monkey. So they just kind of.
He probably checked out my Facebook page and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the deal: if somebody gets wind, and the monkey community is really kind of girl, the monkey community is something.
Talk about drama, like
Oh
they're
yeah,
the
Is
like
it
drama
worse than
community
drama
too.
community?
Is it worse than drama
dude,
community?
I joined Facebook groups, for people that own monkeys and stuff, so to help me learn. It's one thing to read about things, but and when you're thinking about getting one, everybody that already has one will tell you, well, you need to talk to somebody that's had one for years, and you need to talk to somebody with experience. And but then you ask a question, and they're all shoving it down your throat that this is a commitment, and this. Well, I know, but you said to ask questions to learn,
Mm-hmm.
and so why am I here? Don't be an
Mm-hmm.
asshole.
But let me ask you this. Can I ask you this real quick? I'm sorry before I forget. So, if you and your husband and children want to go on vacations,
That's not
okay,
happening.
so you can't go like to Florida because you can't take him, correct? And you don't have anybody to, you can't take him to a
You
kennel.
could. You would get what is called a travel permit, which is something that your vet does for you. They just do like a quick health check, and they give you a slip that is a health permit that is basically for the length of your trip. And that way, that is for
Oh,
if you're driving through states that are banned, you have that to prove that you are literally just driving through. I'm not stopping here. We're not doing nothing here. We're passing through. Because Florida, it's legal.
Okay.
So it's not a big thing. Here's the deal.
okay. So
Yeah, I would
if
think
you're
Florida
going
would
to
be
a
like
state,
New Orleans, where pretty much everything's legal.
yeah,
Just
because
saying.
I don't
But
know
see,
if
in
it's legal here.
Go
Louisiana,
for like states that it's not legal. I don't know if it's legal in Massachusetts, but just say that you have family up here and you're staying for a couple of days because you said like the permit is more like I'm just coming through. We're not stopping
right, it's
here.
passing through, not stopping.
Right. But what
I'll
if
give you an
you do
example.
stop?
I'll give you an example. For Louisiana, it's banned. Period. You cannot have primates in Louisiana, and that's fairly recent with them.
You know why? Because there's so many already there.
Right.
Just
Right.
saying.
So anybody
They
that's
drink
already
a lot.
has one is grandfathered in, right? But no new people
Okay.
can get one. That's how that
All
works.
right.
When a state says, nope, it's not happening, we're banning it, whoever already has one, you're
You're
grandfathered in.
grandfathered. Okay.
My aunt just passed away. That's where all my mama's family are. They're all in Louisiana. My aunt just passed away. I couldn't go to the funeral.
Wow.
I couldn't go because I have to take Sammy.
Yeah.
At this point in his development, he's literally with me 24/7.
Yeah, and he's imprinting on
you.
you, so you need that time
Right.
with him. Yeah.
Right. I mean, the only time, and this is only sometimes, that he is not with me is when I shower. And sometimes he'll go play with my husband. Sometimes he's just in the shower with me. That's
Yes,
how it is.
she has a video of her. Her husband has him, and she's taking a shower, and he literally is crying for. He makes that noise,
Oh.
He's
whatever
calling for
noise.
me.
He's calling for her while she's taking a shower. It's the cutest video, but it's so sad because he wants her, but she needs to take a shower. It's cute.
But I mean, even going to the bathroom, I don't go to the bathroom by myself.
Well,
Nope.
my pit bull, who's imprinted on me, when I go get in the shower, she lays on the mat right outside the shower and waits.
See, that's my dogs too. I can't imagine having a little one like that has to be like on me. I mean, my dogs are bad enough, like at my feet, but to have a little animal that has to be, touching me or on me, or just like an infant, it's like you're starting all over with your family, pretty much.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you're not ready to have a newborn baby, you don't need to get a little monkey because they're the same exact thing. I mean, they're
okay. That's a good question. Where does he sleep?
On top of me.
But you also, I mean, I know Mojo. Mojo has like a dog crate that they made for him, and that's where he sleeps in.
Mojo's never slept with them. But Mojo is also he's called a green monkey. He's a vervet. They call him a green monkey. And so they're different. They're not quite And actually, just so y'all know, I have actually emailed Carlos and Lauren, that's Mojo's parents. I've
Yeah.
emailed them, and I'm trying to get them to come do a panel with me to where we can talk to them about what they've learned about vervets, because it's a completely different breed. To find
Right.
out what
Right.
they've learned, and then we can discuss like the differences and the similarities between the two breeds.
Right,
Now-
just like dogs. You
It's
know,
like you have a
different breeds of
Chihuahua versus
dogs
a
are
Chow.
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
And one of the
Yorkie's different from my
things-
German Shepherds. You
Oh
know?
yes, oh yes.
So is
Um,
Sammy, are you going to always have Sammy sleep with you, or do you think like as he gets older you might transfer
If
him
he
into
gets-
it?
As he gets older, I may transfer him, but that's up to him. Because sometimes as they get older, they don't want to sleep with you. They want to have their own space to sleep in. Sometimes
Right.
they don't. Sometimes that's where they are. They're going to sleep between mom and dad, you know. And that's
So you
just
would
how
get
it
him
is.
like
No,
a crib?
Donna, Mojo is a different channel. She doesn't have 2 monkeys. She has 1 monkey. But we're talking about another channel that actually has a monkey on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we're
Mojo's
talking about.
monkey.
She was like, "Wait, she's got 2 monkeys?" No, she has
Lord
1 monkey.
Jesus, no. No, just one.
No. Now, how about you? Now a lot of people would think that a monkey, it's not good. Like you would think they eat bananas all the time, right? But it's not. That's considered a snack
No.
for them because it's not good for them. Can you tell everybody like what you do for his eating for him to grow correctly?
So right now, and up until he is about a year old, he will be on the formula, and you use infant formula. It's the Similac Advanced.
Oh wow.
But you mix it with rice cereal. So they're not
Just like a
gonna
baby.
formula.
Just
It's
like a
always,
baby.
yes, it is always mixed with rice cereal.
Okay.
I do give him now within, less than the last week. I will give him a little bit of sweet potatoes baby food.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just so that he's got a little something extra. It's just more or less a treat.
Right.
He likes it. He really likes it. But he does not eat enough of it for that to be considered a meal by any stretch of the imagination.
Right. Just a snack.
Right. The older he gets, though, in a couple months, we'll start introducing him to soft fruits and vegetables. So your
Okay.
bananas, some watermelon, cucumbers, things like that.
Avocado.
But
Avocado,
he'll always be on the formula though, right? Always, forever. No, it's
No, just for a year.
Okay, just for
like
a
a
year.
baby.
Just like a
Just for a
baby.
year.
Now, is there anything that they absolutely can't have as a fruit and vegetable? Like I'm sure there some fruit and vegetable that it's absolutely not good for them, or is all fruit and vegetable?
Not that they necessarily can't have them, but it's something that you wouldn't want them to have very much of. And that would be like white potatoes. And that would be like grapes. Grapes are very, very high in sugar. So
Okay.
you can
Bananas are high.
Right. So that's something that you give them a little bit of occasionally. Because monkeys are especially macaques, they're very susceptible for diabetes.
Oh
Very
wow.
susceptible. Their bodies do
Shauna-
not process sugar the way ours do. So you have to be
Shauna
very
wants
careful.
to know what he does when you and your husband get busy.
We just don't.
Because she's a dirty girl. He's only been there 5 weeks, Shauna.
Yeah, right.
Right. That's just one of those things that's not happening right now because he literally has to be right there with me.
Right. K Mallow wants to know, do they need shots? Does he need to have shots like dogs do? They have the rabies shot. No shots.
No, here's the deal. So with monkeys, you don't get them shots like you would a dog or a cat. However, you can, and this is optional, you can get them immunizations like a human gets.
Oh wow.
Because anything that we can catch, a monkey can catch.
So COVID.
Wow.
That's why they
can
use
catch
monkeys
COVID.
to do so much testing, which
Right.
needs to
That makes sense
stop.
now.
Yeah.
So there is one particular macaque called a rhesus macaque. A rhesus macaque is the one most used in laboratory research. Then it's your longtails. Actually, it used to be rhesus. Now it is your longtails that are most used. But the rhesus macaque, anybody that has the Rh negative factor in their blood, guess what Rh stands for? It stands for rhesus.
Ah, rhesus monkeys. Yeah.
Because rhesus monkeys have the same blood type as those of us with negative blood types.
Oh, wow.
That they are the ones that all the research and laboratory stuff has been done on, and all of that.
Shauna, I wanted to know.
When like when I'm pregnant and I had to have shots because I'm Rh negative.
Right.
That was all developed from work with rhesus macaques.
Wow.
Okay, let me ask you this. So just like you do with kids or dogs or whatever when they're babies, what do you do for like positive, like when he does something good, or like if you tell him no, not to touch something,
Positive reinforcement and stuff?
Yeah, what do you give him for that? I mean, what type of, do you just...
So because we just now are kind of getting him, trying like different food type things with him. So we recently bought him some of the Gerber puffs. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yes.
Right. Uh-huh.
Yeah, because it's not a choking hazard, right? Because as they get wet, if they're in his mouth, they can kind of dissolve.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not something I have to worry about him choking on. So we did, and they only have like 1 gram of sugar. So
that's good.
Right, for 60 pieces, that's a serving with those. I ain't giving this little old thing 60 pieces, not happening.
Can you imagine if you gave him Reese's Pieces? He'd probably be jumping off the walls.
Right.
So
And you can let them have like a little something like that every now and again. You sure can.
Yeah.
It's just not something that you want them to have all
every
the
day.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I watched this lady on Facebook. Oh, I used to. And she's like in Ohio, I think. I think you mentioned her yesterday.
Teresa Bullock. Yeah.
Right. Now, I know that her monkeys are usually older.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Right, because Teresa's actually a sanctuary.
Right. And they have like, when I was watching her before she built her outdoor little plaything for them, they like tore her house up, like her sheetrock. And so like, what happens if he gets older and he just starts,
well, see, that's why it's kind of, Teresa doesn't have any kind of cage or enclosure inside the house.
Right.
Most monkey owners, you are going to have some type of cage or enclosure inside the house. And that is something that we plan on doing. It's not something that he'll be in all the time, but it's something to where if I have to leave,
right, just like a kennel for
I
a dog.
Take him with me, right? That he can go in and be safe and
play.
Right.
And tear up things that are his.
She's so wonderful.
And he can tear up whatever he wants that's his.
Right, because she's so wonderful, and I know she really cares about them, and she tries to do everything possible for them, like making them the outdoor thing to where they feel more in the wild and stuff. Right. But then she has a couple that don't get along with each other. And
my dogs ate my dining room furniture. I ain't even gonna lie.
My dogs ate my living room furniture.
So Teresa does a lot of ASMR videos with Bugs. He's the one that's always grooming her.
Yeah, and he likes the crickets, the bag of crickets.
Yes, Bugs is a long-tailed macaque. That is what Sammy will look like when Sammy is 20 years old.
Oh, wow.
And I love it when he does the crickets. Like when she gets an Amazon order of crickets and he just sits there and picks them out of the bag and eats them. Oh my gosh, it's so cute to me. That is so cute.
Yeah. I like how because he's so gentle. It looks like he's like picking through her hair. So gentle.
Oh, I love that.
And
now this is another question I have. Do you ever worry? I know I'm just kind of, because Mojo's channel, he's a little older. Yes, he's a different monkey, but he's a little older. They go out with him a lot, but they keep him on a leash. Are you ever scared that like Mojo might run away? You know how some dogs run away? Do monkeys? No. Because he's so attached to you, he never goes too far.
Because the same thing, right? He never goes far. And we are going to start leash training here soon, though.
I just got a vision in my head of Jumanji. Oh God. Okay, monkeys running amok.
Right. We are going to start leash training soon. because the bigger he gets, the more he's going to want to explore, right?
Right.
And the thing is what happens now, I know that Mojo's parents, they live like way out in the country, and nobody lives down their road except for family. So
Okay.
they're pretty good. I technically live, I'm in a small rural town, but I am technically still in the city limits. So if a car drives by and backfires, it's going to scare Sammy.
Right. That's what I'm worried about.
So,
Fireworks or a gun
right.
going off or something like,
Right.
is it? Yeah.
Right. With them being out in the country, that would definitely be a concern.
And his instinct would be to flee.
Right.
You know,
That's where
yeah.
they're going to, because they're going to want to be safe. Now, right now, if anything scares him, which he's never more than like 6 feet away from me. But right now, if something was to scare him, he's going to run right to me. But the older he gets and the more independence he's feeling, he may be closer to a tree, or he may just haul ass because he's so afraid. That's where it's very important to do your leash training.
Right, because I was thinking him climb a tree and then he don't want to come down, but you can't get up there to get him. Like, what do you know, is it where you have to leash train them? So stuff like that doesn't happen, right? Okay.
Right. But see, they take Mojo out in public a lot. And that is not something I'll be doing with Sammy. I'm not taking Sammy out in public. That was a decision I made before I even got him. They do great with him. They do really good with him out in public. Mojo is very, very well behaved for now. Okay. We have to remember Mojo is 5 months old. He's not an adult yet.
Right.
Vervets or a green monkey. That is a monkey just like a rhesus macaque that is definitely more aggressive than, say, a long-tailed macaque. So the older he gets, the more aggressive he's going to get. Not that Sammy won't. Sammy will. It's not that Sammy's going to get aggressive, but he will challenge me. He will challenge me at alpha position. It's going to happen, Now,
how do you deal with that? Like,
just like a dog.
Monkeys, out in the wild, they show the mother shows her teeth. And that's the way she teaches them dominance and stuff. So how I
teach Mojo. That's how I teach Sammy no.
So you have to literally, when you're talking to him, show your teeth. Because I was wondering, how would you discipline him? Obviously, you don't hit him or put him in timeout or yell at, So I was curious, how would you discipline that action?
You show your teeth, because that's going to make them submit. Now, when Sammy's tired, this is one of the big things we're working on right now. My headset. He's always grabbing my headset. He's wanting to chew on the earpieces, And so I can be laying on the couch and he will be playing and he'll roll up underneath my neck. And he is so tired. This will be like right before bedtime. And he's steadily, it doesn't matter. Like, he's trying to chew on the piece that goes around my neck and you're telling him no, and you're steadily moving him away from it and he'll come right back. And so that's what we're doing right now is you show the teeth and you make sure that you're using a very stern voice when you're telling them no. And sometimes, like when he's really getting at it, you can pinch them like on the end of their tail or right behind their neck. You're not hurting them. It's enough that they're kind of like, whoa, but you're not hurting them. But you have to realize that the mothers in the wild, like they do that to these babies. I mean, there's a reason that a lot of
carry them in their mouths and stuff. Right.
Well, that and like with dogs, my little German Shepherd that we rescued. Okay, she's real mouthy. She loves to just nip. She doesn't bite, but she nips. But she didn't have siblings when she was little to correct that behavior. Right. Because when they do that, when in their pack, they correct each other. Mom does it. Yes. The other babies do it. So since you've got this baby that doesn't have, you have to be the corrector, and you correct the way that they would, pinching or.
And he does monkey's mouth, just like dogs do, where they, they want to gnaw on your hand or whatever. And so when he's doing that, we always make sure that we tell him, easy. Easy, just like you would a dog. Be gentle. Be
Yeah.
gentle.
Yeah.
And
Right.
although
What about
it hurts,
teething?
oh, they teeth bad.
Oh, yeah.
When
Do
I
they
got
lose
him,
teeth?
do what?
Do they lose teeth? You know,
Yes.
like
When he's
humans
about
do?
when he's about 5, he will lose all of his baby teeth, and that's when the permanent teeth will start coming in.
Oh, wow.
Hmm. And that's when he'll get like his big canines.
Wow. Now, how does he sleep like a newborn? Only a couple of hours and then you have to wake up and feed him? Or does he sleep
It
throughout the
hurts.
night?
When I first got him, it was kind of like that, where I was up about every 3 hours with him. But now, like last night, we slept through the whole night. And
Wow.
sometimes I'll get up like maybe once with him. But for the most part, he's doing really good at night.
Good.
He's doing really good at night.
Now, what about potty training?
You can toilet train a monkey. Not all
Wow.
monkeys, but macaques you definitely can. There's a
See, I'd be all
lady
about-
that I call my monkey mama mentor,
There you go.
and she has over 48 years experience with macaques.
Awesome.
She has 6 right now.
Oh,
She has,
my God.
no, I'm sorry, she has 5. She has 5 right now. But
Wow.
all but like 2 of hers are like completely toilet trained. They
That
actually
is so
wear
cute.
like little kids underwear and not diapers or anything. But
Yeah,
they're
because you would think with the diapers they'd be more susceptible to rashes and stuff. Is that
Yeah.
why you want to potty train? So the rash, because I mean you don't want them to always have a rash, but they're more human than we think. Obviously, from the way you're talking, they're very human-like. You use the same things, diapers and diaper rash cream and stuff. So is that the reason why it's really good to? Obviously you don't want to buy diapers for 30 years. Diapers aren't
right.
cheap, but at the same time, now how many times do you think in a day? You know how like when you get a newborn, the doctors have you estimate how many times you change your baby in a day. How many times do they pee? How many times do they poop? Now how does he poop like once a day like human, like twice a
No,
day?
he usually about twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. But I change him. I probably change him 7, 8 times a day.
And that's going to change as he grows.
That will change
Right.
as he grows.
Mhm.
But I change him sometimes when he probably doesn't even have to be changed. But that's because, for one, I don't want him to get a diaper rash.
Right.
And we do let him in the evenings when we're outside, we let him run around and have naked time. So
Naked
he's
time.
gonna run around and play and climb without a diaper or any kind of clothing on, and air his hind end out real good so that he's not getting diaper rash and stuff.
Right.
Oh my gosh, how freaking cute.
I know, right?
Okay. Now, bath time. I know you give baths. Now, is it something like, I would think like if you gave him a bath like every day or something, he would get dry skin or anything. So is there a restriction on bath time or does that
No.
not affect him?
They do have very dry skin though, especially when they're little because they don't have all their hair yet.
Right.
But I do bathe him every night. And after his bath, he does get rubbed down with baby lotion.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
With that dry
Like,
skin.
Look,
baby-
Leo
like
is gonna
baby
Leo's
soft
gonna have a
lotion.
monkey. I can see Leo getting a monkey. I can.
I would be single if I got a monkey. You hear me? I've got enough.
Okay, I got a question. Chimps are phenomenal with sign language.
Yes.
Can macaques do that as well?
Yes.
Awesome.
Macaques are extremely intelligent. Your rhesus macaque is the most intelligent. And they're
Okay.
also the most aggressive out of the macaques. And
Okay.
so, like, the lady that I got in contact with that has like 48 years experience, right? She
Mhm.
told me from the get-go, you're going to be a first-time owner. You're not getting a rhesus. I was like, oh, okay.
Right.
She's like, no, first-time owners,
Because
you
they're
don't
just
get
so
a rhesus.
well, their
And you
brains
don't
are probably
get a
so much more developed that I'm sure they get frustrated in the
They're
communication
so smart.
process.
I mean,
Yeah.
the whole thing though, it locks. doorknob, they figure that stuff out. You better have a backup plan. You don't just close a cage and use the lock on that cage.
Oh,
You better
no.
be adding some extra stuff, because
Right.
even if it's a combination lock, give them some time. They're going to figure it out.
That's funny.
They're very smart, but
You
your
better have
Reese's
something with a
Mac-
key.
right. Your Reese's are also a little bit bigger though.
Okay.
So like they can get up to probably a good 25, 30 pounds.
Yeah, that's big.
That's a little harder to control than a 10-pound monkey.
And yeah, and if they become aggressive for whatever, just out of sheer frustration, you're in a world of hurt. Yeah.
Right.
So
And
say,
so she's real
so,
good. And I noticed in the monkey group too, though, that they would say, first time monkey owners, you do not get a rhesus, you do not get a green monkey. And so I was very surprised when I came across Mojo. And I've watched them since he got them, and I think they got it from the same place I got Sammy. I'm pretty sure. But I was very surprised that they got a green as a first time owner. But it looks like they have done a phenomenal job with him, because he is like that. He is just chill. Mojo is chill, and he loves his daddy.
For now.
He is daddy's boy.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, he
For now.
definitely is a
Exactly.
daddy's boy. Yeah, for sure. You can
Right.
see it in his videos. Absolutely.
But they are known for being like greens are known for being aggressive. Literally, they are known for being aggressive. Reese's are known for being aggressive.
Hey, Mojo.
And you're talking about like, okay, as far as aggressive, like biting, grabbing,
attacking.
that sort of thing.
Yes, attacking.
so what happens? I mean, God forbid this happen. But what happens if when he gets older, your baby gets older, and you just can't handle it? Like something happens and there's, no matter what you try, no matter, he just doesn't, he's not fit for your family. Okay. What
For
would you do?
That's where a lot of people will contact a sanctuary,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll go to a sanctuary. Like Teresa Bullock, that's why she's ended up with what she has, because those are
Okay.
monkeys that other people decided they didn't want.
Okay.
Within the monkey community, you can also contact other people, and they will find someone looking for what they call a rehome.
Okay.
That's how this lady that I've met has ended up with 5. She's only had 2
Wow.
of them from babies. The other ones have been rehomed that other people could not handle.
Okay.
Right, because it's like
Or
when you can't handle a dog, for instance, you get a
Mhm.
dog and it doesn't work out. People will just let it go. They just let it freaking, make it
Right.
astray.
Oh,
And you
I'm seeing
can't do that
Jumanji
with a
again.
What'd you say?
I'm seeing Jumanji again.
I
Where all
know,
that-
and it's sad, but
I
it
know.
happens. And I would hate to see somebody
Can you
take
see a
their
little?
monkey.
Can you
People
see her
that
little monkey showing up on your doorstep, begging
Right.
for food?
They
But
dive
let me-
right in, not doing research,
So-
and that's one thing I love
Yeah.
about
Right.
Lisa, because this was not just a
On the whim.
decision. She researched and researched and researched, and she did everything and anything before even getting Sammy, and that's what I love about Lisa. Like,
Yeah.
she knew this is a lifetime commitment, and
Yes.
she didn't just do it because he's cute or
Right.
just because she wanted a monkey.
No, because I mean, when he hits sexual maturity, even though he'll be fixed,
Uh-huh.
we're going to get him fixed when he's about 2, and that will help. But still,
Yeah.
when he hits sexual maturity around 3 or 4, that's when things are going to get more challenging. That's when he is going to want to fight for dominance. He's going to
Right.
want that alpha position. It's instinctual. It's what they do. So you
Right.
have to make sure that even from the time they're babies, there are certain things you never ever let them do. Okay, so for instance, when I eat, and that is one of our biggest challenges right now, is me being able to eat, because he is all over me and he's trying to grab stuff off my plate. You
Mhm.
never, ever, ever let a monkey take something off your plate,
Mhm.
Right.
because
Well-
in the wild, the babies eat last.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
They always
I was
eat last,
watching.
and if they walked up and they tried to take something even from their own mother, they would get
She'd
their
push 'em
ass
away.
tore up.
Mhm.
Oh no, it's
And-
more
and
than
that's
just push
that-
them away. They let them know with no doubt left that is not your place in the hierarchy.
Right. I watched a show with the little British dog trainer, and they were having a problem with a husky with the wife. And he thought, she's my property. He'd gone straight alpha on her. And they got him fixed. For one, that was a problem. And then two, after that, she had to feed him, and she got her a brand new dog bowl, put cereal in it, and he had to sit there and watch her eat first. And then she got his dog bowl, and only when she said he could eat, he could eat. And it
Yes.
changed everything.
Yes.
It was amazing.
With my dog, Dino, my dog, I do the same thing because he was starved when I got him. He was very food aggressive, and we worked with him. And now we can get his bowl. He'll sit. We'll get his bowl. We'll put it down. We tell him to stay. And he won't eat until we tell him to eat. We do the same thing with him because he was food aggressive. Nobody could even go near his bowl when we first got him, and he would wolf it down, where he would eat it so fast he would get sick because he was used to thinking, he was starved when we got him. So he thought, oh my God, this might be my last meal ever. So when we went to the vet told us that's what we should do. So he'll learn to eat slower, and he'll learn to be patient and not be so food aggressive. And now you can pet him while he's eating. He might make a noise like, but he'll be good. Where before you couldn't even go near him.
Yeah. Yeah. See,
so if he tries to grab something, what do you do? Show your teeth and tell him
no. And I'll, kind of push him back. I'll set him back, and I show my teeth. And you make sure that they're looking at you. You make eye contact when you show your teeth. And that, that helps. That lets them know. And we've, he's getting to where he's doing much better. But that's also, though, why we did decide to go ahead and start giving him like a little bit of baby food when we eat dinner. Because it's kind of one of those, this is yours. What's in this bowl is yours. What's on my plate is mine. You're not getting what's on my plate.
Right.
Because he'll try to grab whatever he can. He doesn't even know what it is. He's just like, I know it's food.
Well, and thinking he's a boy, that would be even more predominant. I would think just that alpha drive.
To an extent. But the thing is with me, I will always be mama. That is how he will always see me. He will always see me as mama, and he will always see me, will always have the bond. Whereas if I had gotten a female would have only been bonded.
She would challenge.
Time. And then she would have leaned more towards my husband and my boys. And a female will challenge you a whole lot more than a male will.
Yeah, I have a daughter just like that. Yeah.
Right?
Like, you don't know what you're doing. Move out the way. And I'm like, oh, no, girl.
Because the thing is in the wild, their troops consist mainly of females.
Right.
There will be one alpha male. You'll have juvenile males in the troop. But when they hit 3 and 4 years old, they're leaving the troop. When they hit sexual maturity, they leave the troop. But
go find their own females.
Yes, and that is a way in nature that literally stops inbreeding.
Yeah.
We can get people in, some states to figure that shit out, but monkeys no.
Yeah, so, Louisiana hadn't figured it out yet. No.
I was going to say Virginia, but I mean, whatever. Arkansas.
They do it the same way you do for a male dog. How a male dog gets fixed or a male cat gets fixed. Do they do the same thing for a monkey on fixing them?
Sometimes with a monkey, because their parts are very important to them in symbolization.
So just do a vasectomy?
Yes. Usually it's just a vasectomy. Sometimes they will go ahead and do them.
But can you imagine doing that to a male human? You can't cut those off. You can snip the inner works, but if you try to take a male's anatomy, so if they're very much similar to humans, I could see where that would be very important to them.
And that was another decision in me not getting a female, because any issues that we have, they can have.
Yep.
Endometriosis, ovarian cyst,
PMS,
like periods,
cramps.
Yes, and they cycle every month.
Wow. And they
Carla,
cycle every month, right? Because female dogs, they don't cycle every month. They
No.
cycle every, I think it's
twice a year. Twice a
Yeah, it's
year.
usually twice a
something
year.
like that. But female monkeys cycle just like a normal woman would
Yeah,
cycle.
and they can have, horribly painful periods. It can make them sick. It can,
Wow.
anything. They can deal
Mhm.
with all that. The lady that, her name is Cheryl. She has one female and the rest are males. And her
Oh,
little
wow.
female, bless her heart, she's 7 years old, and she started having a lot of issues with her periods and stuff.
Mhm.
And she is doing, and it happens to women all the time where it's like you bleed for 2 weeks, you stop for a few days, and it starts again.
Right.
Yes.
Yep.
And when that happens, they're looking for any reason they, let's try this, let's try that, because it can cause such bad anemia and stuff. Well,
Now I know.
COVID happened.
Wow,
And
that's
so she's
crazy.
not been able to take her in. She stayed in touch with the vet, and they're literally waiting for things to be lifted a little bit more so that she can have a complete hysterectomy done.
Now are they
Oh,
pregnant
wow.
9 months like women are, or is it because
No,
no? Okay, so they
they
don't.
carry for about 5
Okay,
to
so
6.
that's where it's different. Okay.
Hmm. But that's for macaques. I think every breed of monkey, I think it's a little different with how long they carry. But macaques, specifically your rhesus and your long-tail macaques, their DNA is less than 2% difference than ours.
True helper, you're so bad.
What'd she say?
He
I
said,
can't.
okay, I've been listening so far, recapping what I've learned so far. Carla now has cheat and hose. Misdemeanor is naughty. You knew that already. I'm Nunya's sluffing. We love monkeys. Monkeys wear diapers, and he's cute.
That's right.
Yes. Yes, true helper. Perfect recap.
Perfect. Yep, that works. But yeah, God, that makes me sad for the little females.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Because
and I was like, I can barely do my cycle. I ain't dealing with a monkey cycle too. I'm just not.
Yeah,
No,
and plus,
That
you
and
didn't want her to bond with your husband. That's
right.
not the reason you had them. You wanted a monkey for you, for your
Yes.
well-being and stuff. Because your
Yes.
husband works and stuff. Could you imagine if you got a female and he has to go to work every day and you're stuck with? That's why you got the male.
Right.
Because
I
you
mean, while
wanted
she
that
was a
male to bond
baby,
with you.
right? While she's a baby, she would have bonded with me, and for a couple of years, she would be bonded to me. But then after that, she's going to start seeing me as competition.
Hold on, I'll drop her link, Sandy.
And she would not, a female would not do well with any other female even coming into the house, like say my mom or
I'm kind
a
of like
friend,
that.
anything, right? Well, me too. My mom was
Who are you and why are you
trust
dressed
me.
that way? That's what I want to know.
But a male will always favor females. Any female can pretty much come in the house and a male will be fine. Any male that he has grown up around, my
Mhm.
children, my husband, my neighbor, that is overall, he loves my neighbor.
Now, so your husband's going to have to do the same thing with him as he starts approaching that sexual maturity as far as that alpha contest, right?
He will
Don't you think?
challenge everybody, not just my husband. He will challenge everybody.
All the
But one
boys.
of the easiest things to do to show them that you're dominant, he's at the low end of the hierarchy, you're dominant, is
Right,
just when you play with them, you playfully pin them.
right.
Just like a dog.
So,
Like if you're playing with the dog and
yep.
you pin the dog because it's showing
Hmm.
that dog, no.
I'll be really honest. I had an alpha female Chesapeake Bay Retriever, and she was totally alpha. She let me know in no uncertain terms that she was the boss, and I completely relinquished to that because she was a better alpha than I was. I was just a
Oh,
side chick, and she was totally my husband's dog. She loved me, and I loved her, but there was very little I could do to make. I didn't have to make her mine. She was very well behaved. But there were
yeah.
times when I would have to say, you have to do this because I said, and if no other reason, I am your nurse. So, elderly, crazy girl, get up and let's go over here, But yeah, she was completely alpha, totally. Now I have an alpha pit. That one we had to put down a couple months ago, just age and
Oh,
sick. And I miss her. But I have an alpha pit, but she's not going to out alpha me because she's bonded to me. So she has
right,
to know that I'm over her,
right. And see,
or
that's
there
kind
would
of
be
the
issues.
thing. He's not going to try me quite as much as he is my husband, but he will still challenge me.
Mhm.
And he's going to challenge me in a different sense, though. He's going to
But you can
challenge me the
always come
same
back with
way.
a "I'm your mother" thing.
That's basically, yeah, because he's going to challenge me the same way a teenage boy is going to challenge you, which I have
Hmm.
2 of right now. Thank you,
Oh
Jesus. They
God,
move out in a couple of years. Thank you, Lord. But
they'll be
um,
back.
they will. They will. And actually, like, I've been a mess. I'm like, no, I'm not talking about class rings. I'm not doing it.
Nope.
I'm not
No,
discussing it.
I feel you. Like a part of you is like, no, you can't ever leave. I love you. I can't even think about it. And then other days,
Yeah.
I can't wait for you to leave.
It's like I'm gonna start packing your shit now.
Well,
Exactly.
I keep telling them, and this was before I ever got Sammy, and this was when I was actually joking about getting one. I wasn't even serious at the time because I didn't think my husband would ever, relent and be like, "Oh, okay, cool." No,
Go grab you a
I was
monkey.
joking about it, but I would tell the boys, I'm going to get a monkey, so y'all are going to have to go back to sharing a room so that the monkey can have his own room. And they were like, "Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so." And but I would tell them that all the time. And so then once I did get him, my one son, he didn't want to go to his dad's this summer. He wanted to get a job because his dad's in Oklahoma.
Mhm.
He wanted to get a job. He's 16. Okay. The other one is 15. He went with his dad. So Colton was gone like a month. And so, my oldest, Garrett, actually went with us when we went to go get Sammy and stuff.
Oh wow.
And Sammy loves him. Oh, he loves him. He can hear
Yeah,
the
like
door open.
yesterday she was live. Yesterday she was live and everybody wanted to see Sammy. And
Yes.
because her son was out in the living room, Sammy wanted no part of being on camera, that he wanted to play
No,
with her son. Yeah.
right. He wanted to play with them.
My
And it
brother's
took
here.
him about a week to even accept Colton. And what's funny is, and I was talking about it yesterday, he interacts with everybody in the house differently. Like even the difference in the 2 boys, he reacts to them differently. Like with
Right.
Garrett,
Oh,
he kind of
yes.
get excited. He might make a little bit of noise, and he wants to go play with him. With Colton, oh my God, like he's chattering. It's called geckering. He's doing it nonstop.
That's
And he'll
funny. How is he when your
squeal.
husband comes home?
True helper. If you show up in a diaper,
He
though, we're gonna
doesn't,
have issues.
he
He said
doesn't,
if I
go
get a
ahead.
leash and a collar, he'll play monkey for a day. It kind of creeped me out just a little bit. He's a little twisted.
How is he with
Sorry.
your
It's
husband
okay.
when he comes
Uh,
home?
he gets excited when dad comes home. Like he knows that's dad coming in and he'll run to him.
That is so
Aw.
cute.
But he
Daddy.
doesn't make the noises and stuff like he does with the boys. And he doesn't make the same noises to each boy. It's really interesting how he interacts
That
with
is
everybody
interesting.
differently.
Yeah,
But
that
That's
is
cool.
and I should have got video of it, but I was busy trying to cook. Our like living room, dining room, kitchen is kind of open.
Mm-hmm.
And I was working on dinner. And so Sammy's on the floor. And Garrett had come in. He was sitting at the bar at the dining room, but facing the kitchen. So Sammy's going, and he likes to climb on the chairs and do all that. Well, Garrett gets up and he goes to the living room. Sammy follows him. And I was like, oh my God, I get to cook without a monkey? Okay.
Right.
But, every little bit, because teenage boys are not really paying attention.
Right.
They're invested in whatever they're watching on TV. So every couple minutes I'd go and I'd check on him and he would look at me and he would get really, and it sounds like he's going, Mom, is kind of what the sound is. And he'd get excited and like his face would light up, Mom, and he'd run down his little toy and he'd come see me and I'd go, okay, all right, well, you're fine, go play. And he'd go back to playing and I'd go back to the kitchen and I'd come back out a couple minutes later. And finally, right as I was getting dinner finished, he didn't let me leave the room that last time without him. But
Oh,
he did really good though, because he could, if he wanted to, he could get to me. He's learning that
He can be in another room and still be able to get to you, right? He's
right.
learning
yes,
Because
the
with
open
with
concept.
babies, they say, if you walk out of the room, you've basically fallen off the planet. They think you're
right.
gone forever. They don't have any concept of that
Well, he can be
spatial
playing.
distance.
He can be playing and happy, and if I get up to walk to the kitchen,
Hmm.
or I get up to walk to the bathroom, like he stops everything he's doing and he is running after me and grabbing a hold of my leg so that he can go too. And we've been trying to teach him, because at first, like, it was these massive Mac attacks, fit throwing, screaming for me to even, get 2 feet away from him. And
Hmm.
so we've been trying to teach him that you can follow me. It's okay. You can
Right,
follow me. I'm not going far.
right,
And so he's starting, it's starting to kind of kick in now that, okay, mom's not going far. And
right.
I can follow her if I want to. And so I've started to, one of the things that we've started, like if we're outside and we're going inside, I will tell him, okay, come on, let's go. And I'll start walking. And he knows, with that, okay, come on. He knows that that means that we're going inside.
Right.
And sometimes he follows. Sometimes he just has a screaming fit and is throwing himself on my leg. So it just
Walmart
depends.
checkout line.
Yes, yes. The little kid that's being told he cannot get the candy, that is a
Right.
Mac attack.
Now, do you do the same thing as they get older and just step over them and let them continue the attack and say, you're gonna have to get over this one on your own, or you're gonna have to get up and follow me?
Well, the older they get, you're not going to see like adults and stuff throwing a Mac attack.
Okay.
Um,
Just the babies.
Juveniles, yeah, it's more the babies. Juveniles
Yeah.
will still do it, but not like what a baby will. And a
Okay.
juvenile's going to do it because you've told them they can't have something or no, they can't do something. And so, yeah, with that, you're just going to let them throw that fit and be like, no.
Step over them in the Walmart line.
Or I
Keep
guess you do what
moving.
my mother did when we were little and just get down on the floor and throw a tantrum with us. I don't
There
know.
you go.
She did.
Right?
Please video that. Please video that.
Right?
You'll
Video
get
that.
100,000 views. I swear.
Now, your mother, I don't know if it was your mother or your husband's mother, but one of your mothers came to visit.
That's
And
my
I know
mom.
you got pictures of Sammy,
Yeah.
but how was he with an unfamiliar person coming into?
So he actually did okay. The first 2 days, he was terrified of her. If she made any move towards him, he was grimacing. He was very afraid of her. That was the first person he had ever had to deal with outside of his troop. His troop literally consists of me. At that point, me, my oldest son, and the 2 dogs. That was his troop. And then the neighbors, because they like the neighbors have been good friends of ours for a long. My husband actually grew up with the guy next door.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, yeah. So like they're always on our back porch or in the pool or whatever. Um,
Right.
but we're
Your
with the
neighbor, I
neighbors
do
a
know
lot.
you're very
So
close with your neighbors.
yeah.
So,
So
yeah.
I don't think that he necessarily considers them part of the troop, but he definitely accepts them. Definitely accepts them. So my mom was the first person he had to deal with that was not, that's an outsider. And he would grimace a lot, but he was interested in her as well. And so he would kind of go and he'd like sit on top of her feet and he'd talk to her. And she'd talk, and we had to work with her on, because my mom is wanting to talk to him the way she does every other animal with this high pitch, oh my God, what you just so good and you just, and you're like, stop it, stop it. He doesn't
Right.
like that. He doesn't like
Right.
that. His ears are much more sensitive than ours. He doesn't like that high pitched noise. And we would, we had to work with her because she went from that to then she would make noises at him and she'd go, ooh, ooh, ee, and still this high pitched, this awful sound. And I'm going, Mom,
Right.
do you see either one of us interacting with him that way? If you want to talk to him, lip smack to him. lip smack, and he'll lip smack back.
Now, what is
Or
lip smacking? Because somebody might not understand that in the chat. What
lip
is?
smacking. So for us, that would be that rude sound that somebody's making while they're eating. You know, literally that's
Yeah,
lip smacking.
right.
For
Like
macaque,
chewing
that is
gum
a
or
huge part of
something like
communication.
that. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a huge part of with macaque communication is that lip smacking. And so I would tell her, you know, we'll lip smack to him, he'll lip smack back, or just talk to him regularly. Just talk to him. But stop with the crazy noise, stop with this high pitched baby talk, because that, for one, he's not used to that at all. He doesn't like the high pitched noises. And
Right.
so it took a little bit, and it took him a little bit. And we had to tell her, you know, one of the things that and I was glad that we kind of had her to practice on, because my other kid was coming home like at the end of that week. And so
Mm-hmm.
we had to know how to tell Colton to interact with him as well. And my youngest son he just turned 15, but he's 6'4".
Right.
He is this massive corn-fed child. Call him my man child.
Right.
And he still, like his brain, he's always been a big kid, always. And his brain has never quite caught up with his body size.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, he still has like jerky movements, and, you know, like he'll stand up real fast. And, you know, when they sit, when teenage boys sit, they don't sit, they flop.
Yes.
Yeah.
They plop. Yep.
Yeah. So your reclining chair is all the way back up at the window just from them having, you know, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
my other one, though, is more like his body is more relaxed, you know, and he's not little by any means either. He's 6 foot. But it's just a difference in personalities and all of that.
Right. Right.
But it took him, like the whole first day, he wouldn't go anywhere near her. And then by the second day, we would tell her, okay, well, when he comes up and he's talking to you, reach your hand down, you know, palm up, and see if he'll stand in your hand, or he may want to touch your hand, or, you know, whatever. And so he would crawl into her hand. And we would tell her, you know, don't try to pick him up or anything, just let him sit in your hand. Because if you try to move, he's probably, you know, and sure enough, if she tried to move, you know, he's like, oh, nope, I'm out of here.
Right.
But by that third day, or I would say by the night of that second day, he was more relaxed, and she could even pick him up to set him in her lap. And he'd sit there for a second, but he wouldn't stay long. By the third day, he would actually, because he can crawl from like the couch to one recliner to the other recliner, because there's end tables there, you know, so he can actually go where he wants to.
Right.
And he would she would sit in my chair, and he would go get in her lap, and he would talk to her. But it was funny because she didn't listen all the time with things. And she has a very overbearing presence. And of course, I was getting, like, I'm stressing out because he's stressing out, and I'm stressing out. It's making him stress out more. And I was just like, okay, you need to go home. I love you, but you gotta go. But he would get in her lap, and it was really funny because he would get in her lap, and he would literally stand up, and he would jump up and down in her lap and yell at her.
Yeah.
And she's going, oh, he's so cute. He's talking to Nana. And it's like, no, he's giving you the what for.
Yelling at you.
Like,
Right.
he is telling you off.
Right.
But it was so funny.
That is.
And he'll do it with the boys. He's never done it to me, and he's never done it to Scott. But he has done it to the boys, where he'll stand up and he'll jump up and down. And I mean, he is, especially the youngest one. I don't know if he just really viewed Colton as a threat, or if he didn't know how to take him, because he is like, I mean, he's just massive. You know, 6'4", 230 pounds with a size 13 shoe. I mean, that is huge to this little 1 pound monkey.
Right.
And so he would yell at Colton a lot. And Colton even said, he's like, Mom, I don't even know what he's saying to me, but I feel like I'm being insulted. I said, you are. He is insulting you.
Right.
He's letting you know what he thinks.
Well,
and right now, he's not a fan.
Right, exactly. Well, I thank you for coming up and telling us about Sammy, and I'm glad that we were able to ask questions, and we've put your link in the chat, and I know a couple of people in here have subbed to you, so definitely be watching for more videos of Sammy Dean, but yes, I definitely thank you. And
Thank y'all for having me come up. I appreciate it.
No.
Thank you for tolerating our sexually aggressive questions. That was all Shauna's fault, though. I'll let you know.
Yeah, right.
That
was
Shauna's.
But thank you so much. And like I said, everybody, if you haven't subbed to Lisa, please sub to Lisa. She's a fabulous person. And I can't wait to watch Sammy Dean grow. And I can't wait to watch him be a monkey.
Yes.
Me too. Me too.
All right. Well, thank y'all so much for having me. I will see all of you later.
Yes.
Okay.
Have a good day. Bye.
All right. Bye.
So, Eagle has a question for you, Misdemeanor. Question for Misdemeanor. How can a person that is a mouth breather, when they sleep, how is oxygen working for them? You can move, I can answer that. You can move it, move the nose, our nose things, and actually put it at their mouth instead.
Wait, what?
You know how the oxygen around the nose, and they're a mouth breather. So she's asking how, if somebody sleeps with their mouth open but can breathe through their nose, how can it work? And I know in a nursing home, we would move the nose thing.
Yeah, you put them in their mouth.
To their mouth.
Yeah.
Instead of their nose.
The cannulas. The little nasal cannula. Yeah.
Think of the name, cannulas, yes.
Nasal cannula. I mean, because a lot of people are not going to be able to sleep with a mask on if they're a mouth breather. I couldn't. I'd be ripping that thing off the minute I hit REM sleep. It's gone. So yeah.
Yep. And a lot of people, like some hospitals, they do the nose, they move the nose cannulas to a face mask, but nobody likes to sleep with that face mask. And so that's what we used to do for people in the nursing home. We would just move it when they were ready to go to sleep. We just moved it to their mouth.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Not sure. Oh, look at you sticking out your tongue at us. You are so
beautiful.
Yeah,
so I got ready. So
hey, Trouble.
Huh?
You're so beautiful. You have the most
I kind of don't like her. Don't tell her that. I'm just, she's so pretty. I can't stay away. But
So people, when I was on Laura's panel, not too long ago, I was in my pajamas. I didn't have any makeup on, so I'm like, well, maybe I'll go on camera. And so people can really see when I do put makeup on, I'm not that bad.
You had your glasses on and your hair up in a bun. Yeah.
Listen, no, know that I call that the JBF look. Just in F look.
It might have been. It might have been, but I don't remember. That was a little long ago. So.
And your hair, you're so thick and full. I don't know. I
need to get a new straightener. My straightener broke.
It's so pretty. I wish my hair was that thick.
Right? I have long hair, but mine's thin. But she is beautiful.
Well, I gotta go live on my Facebook thing today.
Oh, for your Scentsy?
Yeah, so I figure I'd put makeup on. I normally don't put makeup on to go to Walmart, but I figure I would today. I think the last 3 times I went live on Facebook, I didn't have makeup on, so people probably think I don't know.
Well, they're probably saying that, Eagle, because they haven't gotten him up in 2 months. So I'm quite sure that he's deconditioned, and he probably does need oxygen. But what he needs more is therapy, getting that, moving his muscles and reconditioning him so they can shove their oxygen up their ass. Just saying. And by the way, those little things, the pulse oximeters, pulse ox, that they put on their finger to read their oxygen is as reliable as my ex-husband. So there's that. Put
It
that out
is.
there. Because the aides used to come to me all the time and go, his oxygen's at 74. And I'm like, no, see, it's not, because if it were, he would be on a ventilator. But yeah, he's still
Yeah.
talking to you and not gasping for
And you know
air.
what else?
He woke up from a nap saying he's ready to go. I bet now with that you have a date. I bet you both are chomping at the bit to get out.
What?
I bet you he's gonna like the smell of fresh air and not
Oh, God, yeah.
I can only imagine.
And if you're wearing nail polish, those pulse ox things don't work good either.
Oh,
Right.
good.
If you're cold, if you're elderly, I mean, there's 100
Yeah.
reasons why those things are not reliable. If you want to tell me what somebody's oxygen level is, get me a needle and let's get a blood gas.
Well, you know,
Okay.
it's funny because when I went to the doctor one time, just for my 6-month thing, they said my oxygen was low. They're like, "Are you having problems breathing?" I'm thinking, can't you tell whether I'm having problems breathing or not?
Only when I don't have a cigarette in my mouth. That's when I have trouble breathing.
Like, no, I'm breathing fine. I mean, I'm not gasping for air here. You know, you can see. Do my respiration. I mean,
Listen, that's the hallmark trait of whether or not somebody should actually be in a medical profession. If you don't have critical thinking skills enough to know this person's not blue, they're not gasping for air, they're talking to you, chances are they're not short of oxygen. So maybe you need to assess that differently. Just saying.
I don't sound like I just ran a marathon.
Right.
I'm good.
Well, Eagle said they're getting him up now, and he's been walking with assistance. It's funny after getting on their ass.
Yeah,
they're finally doing what they should have done 2 months ago.
Because he's been in bed for so long, it's going to take him a little while to
get reconditioned.
Yeah, be used to being upright. I mean, hello, that's anybody. You know,
exactly.
Whether you're 15 or 80.
I went up there and scared the shit out of those people. It's like, oh shit, West Virginia's in the house. Let's go.
See, that's the way I would be. I'll nut up on somebody in a minute over my family.
You should have seen my episode with my husband when he was in the hospital. It was not pretty. They sent me one bill. I called them back and said, if you send it by carrier pigeon, smoke signal, Pony Express, U.S. Postal Service, I will own your hospital. I'm not paying this bill. Not today, not ever. Don't ever contact me again. And they didn't. And that was Truman Hospital. I'm like, the shit you did to my husband was so egregious, I can't even begin. So if you'd rather I not notify the feds in the state of how you behave, you might want to leave me alone. The only doctor I ever talked to was the anesthesiologist. Not any other doctor. Ever.
And when my son was in the hospital at like 7 weeks old with asthma, I had the director of pediatrics down there. Don't play with me because
I know, right?
That's my baby. And you aren't going to tell me when he needs to eat, how much he needs to eat. He's 7 weeks old. I think I know. He's my second child. I know when he needs to eat.
Right.
You know,
and the thing is, we redefine patient advocacy right there. It's like, I will advocate, trust. I'll do it for myself. I'll do it for my people I love.
In real quick, because they finally realized that Eagle wasn't messing around anymore. And it's just funny how quick things turned for you as soon as you put your foot down and told them enough's enough. It's amazing.
And people think they have to know medical, terminology and stuff. No, you just go in there and show your ass. Put your foot down and say, this is it.
Like when Eagle walked in and said, this man was toileting independently, ambulating independently, eating independently.
Right.
And look where we're at now. This is a problem.
Yeah.
Because, he's going to go home like this. Where is everybody?
Right.
And they started showing up to the game.
Right.
Amazing.
And that's the thing, you don't have to know medical terminology or anything like that to get your point across.
Yeah.
Right, Mojo? She is bloody gorgeous.
Bloody gorgeous.
You, Mojo Jojo. Thank you.
Bloody gorgeous. Bloody gorgeous.
Yeah, because when I went on Laura's panel, I was like, and then she didn't panel up, or cam up. So I was like, maybe I should cam up. So people don't think I'm a homely I'm not catfishing with my picture.
Yeah, right?
Thank you. Like me, the catfish.
My BFF is a catfish. She's the catfish.
I am, because you know what? In the South, catfish is a delicacy. It's an honor to be served a catfish at the table. Now, when you got a
Soak it in some
carp,
buttermilk and it's good.
right? When you get a carp and you slap that on a table, like, I don't know, some creators maybe
Ugh.
would be a carp. That's an insult. So I'm just
you're a
saying,
carp fish.
I ain't a carp, I'm a catfish. Go ahead. However you want to read that. Go ahead.
I do, because it's so thick and wavy.
Yeah, I need to
hair.
I need to get it cut. I need to get it cut, highlighted again. But yeah, it's thick. Thick.
Exactly, Cypress. That's what I told her. I said, when you get up there, the first thing I want you to say is, I would like to see copies of his care plan.
Yeah.
And see what they say.
Yeah.
If they poop their pants, you're on the right track, because her husband has not been to one care plan meeting. And we all know, if you can avoid that, asking family to attend, you try to do that as best you can, but it's not the regulation. That's not what the state and the federal government wants to be done. They want it to be all inclusive. They just they'd like to have the dietary manager in there, and I would too, because he's telling this patient's telling me over and over and over, I can't eat this, and you keep serving it. I want you to explain to the family why you keep serving it. Are you on crack? What is your problem? Do you need therapy? What's wrong with you? That you can't stop serving this man greens and he don't like them, and you know it. So that's what those care plan meetings are for, to get everything on the table and see if we can get from point Z back to point A.
Yeah. The whole point of being in a hospital is to get better. But it seemed like with him, they were making him go backwards instead of forwards. And it was a constant adding different things or taking things away every day. And because, and my husband, if we were in that situation, he would have been not afraid to stand up, but his reasoning is, if you complain, they'll treat you worse.
Exactly.
Just like if you complain at a restaurant, they'll spit in your food. But that's not the case. You have to stand up for that person. I hope I never go in the hospital and can't talk for myself, because this idiot will have me dead.
When my husband went in for a GI bleed, we sat 13 hours in the ER. They came and did a bunch of blood work. They left all the vials sitting in the little caddy on the thing the entire time. They never left the room. They never got samples of what he was vomiting, nor what was coming out the other end. I did that. I dug through and found the sample cups and whatnot and got all that. Set them there. They never picked them up. The next day, he spent the night by himself. They wouldn't let me in there. And this was way before COVID. But yeah, family couldn't spend the night overnight. I'm like, well, that's a bunch of crock, whatever. So the next day, they let him fall. He was on the call light trying to get up to go to the bathroom, and he fell. And I'm like, wrong answer. So I went by Walmart. I picked up a sleeping bag, got my pillows and my little bag of clothes, and I slept on the freaking floor for 3 days and dared them to ask me to move. I was pissed.
Absolutely.
They came in at midnight, and they said, well, we're moving into another room. And I said, at midnight? Is that how you provide patient care? You expect him to get well when you're waking him up in the middle of the night to move him? No. You come back during daylight hours. And the administrator of the hospital is who I'm talking to. He walks out of the room. They could show back up at 5.
See it, 7.
And I said, they showed up at 5. And I said, okay, no, here's what's going to happen. We're leaving. Well, you'll have to go AMA. I said, I don't give 2 shits. You can't keep me here. I'm not a prisoner, and neither is he. And apparently he's doing just fine on his own, because nobody comes in here and checks on him. We can do this shit at home, and don't bill me for any of this shit, because y'all are crazy. And they tried and tried. And I called a friend of mine that was a nurse practitioner. He goes, hey, well, if you go AMA, then you'll have to pay the bill. I said, I'm not paying, not even, no. And so finally the doctor said, yeah, okay, he can leave, and I'll write orders or whatever. So we left. And then I got the bill about a month later. It's $13,000. Kiss my lily white ass. No. So yeah.
Exactly.
He doesn't like to take me places.
My husband doesn't either.
She's gonna flip her shit.
He's like, just shut up. Don't say a word. We're gonna go in here, don't say a word. But I'm always like, and then sometimes when I've had enough, I'm like, you be quiet, let me talk.
But then there's times where he loves my assertiveness, you know. There's times where he's like, "Can you handle this? Because I know you'll get the job done."
That's
But
the way. Yeah, that's the way mine is.
where he's like, "No, don't say anything. I don't want you to go in there. No." And well, too late. I'm already fired up.
My kids used to be the same way when they were in school. If I said, "That's it, I'm going to talk to the teacher," like, "Mom,
please don't. Yeah, it'll only get worse.
I'm like, "Oh, I'm going in the morning."
Well, we went one time. This kid kept beating my kid up on the playground. Kept dragging him on the playground. Came home with his belly full of scratches and shit. So me and his father went to the school, talked to the principal, and I thought it was going to be me, and him just sitting there. No, I didn't get to say 2 words. He told that little Christian school principal, "You either stop this shit or I'm taking my kid home today and teaching him how to fight. And if he doesn't come home with bloody knuckles, I'm going to whip his ass." I was like, "Oh, damn. Okay, did he just say that? Okay, right." And it stopped. But I was like, okay.
Yeah, when my son was in pre-K, my daughter was in 5th grade. So I would drop him off at school. She would walk him to his classroom. I mean, it wasn't that big deal. She'd walk him and then she'd go straight to her class. Well, all of a sudden, the principal started having a problem with this. Well, Holden was a very, he didn't like to do anything by himself. He still is like that. And so it was going to be a problem for me if Kaylee couldn't walk him to school, to his class. So the principal had said to Kaylee that morning and said, "This is the last morning you're doing this." So, of course, Holden's freaking out. They come home from school. She tells me that. I'm like, "Oh, really?" She said that? Okay. So the next morning, I walked them both in. And I stopped at the principal and I said, "I heard you're having a problem with my daughter walking him to class." She goes straight there, drops him off, and goes straight to her class. She's not lollygagging. She's not late to class, whatever. And I said, she goes, "Oh, Miss Tricia, we need to go in the office." "Oh, yeah, we'll go in the office because you don't want me to lose my shit in the hallway."
Right.
So we went in her office and I said, "Don't you ever tell my daughter that she can't walk him to class. Now, if it's starting to cause a problem where she's stopping and chit-chatting and
you need to call me."
I get it. I get it. But until that happens, she will be walking her brother to class every day until he's ready to do it himself.
Right.
And eventually he was. Eventually, as the school year went on, he was telling her, "I can do it. I can do it." Because, the first couple weeks of school, they're nervous. They're scared, and, by the end of the year or probably by the 2nd month, he was walking by himself. He just needed that little assurance that he knew where he was going, that his big sister wasn't going to be leaving him at the end of before school ended. That's all he needed. And for a principal to pick on that when you have so many more issues to deal with in the school system, please, and after that, I didn't have any problems with that because,
he should be patting her on the back and telling him, "Good job.
Yeah.
Way to look out for your brother."
It's her little brother, I don't understand people. People just.
I don't either.
I don't
get it. But we have been on this live going on almost 2 hours. I have to get stuff done before my husband comes home from work and is like, "What did you do all day?"
I got to go to the grocery.
I did a live because Carla thought she had an appointment, but really her appointment's not till the 25th.
Oh, she's a lying hussy.
So see, here's the thing. I'm going to have to step up my game on the assistant thing and just start keeping a Carla calendar.
Yeah.
So whenever she has stuff to do, I'm going to have to write it down on mine and keep her on task.
Yeah, she came in and when Lisa was up, and I don't know if you guys caught it, she was like, "Oopsie, my appointment's not till the 25th. So she didn't even have to end her live today, but I didn't mind. I love that everybody was in here, that everybody came and everything.
No.
But I really do have to get stuff going and get stuff done. Thank you, Will, for coming up and being my co-host, even though you're my best friend.
So welcome.
You're welcome, my love.
You're welcome.
The grocery store before it turns about 150 here.
And thank you to Lisa for coming up and sharing her story about her monkey. That was amazing. I hope people actually go over and watch her. She said she's a great girl. And thank you guys all for all the chat, for staying in and supporting us and listening to us. I thank you guys. But if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you haven't hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down, either one, please do that. And I hope you guys all have a fabulous Wednesday, now that I know what the day of the week it is because of my from Monday. I hope you all have a fabulous Wednesday. Everybody stay happy, stay healthy, and stay you. Talk to you all
Love
later.
y'all.
Bye.
Bye.